It is another Corporate Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Dan.
I'm Tom.
Samantha is here, but none of us matter because we do have a special guest. 2 shows tonight, 1 show on Saturday. TheImprovorlando.com is
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's where you get your tickets. Right. Jay Pharoah's here, everybody.
Nah, Rick James is in the building. Rick James is here. Rick James is here to talk shit. I'm back from the dead. I'm here to talk about women.
It's funny. Everywhere you go, do people want to instantly want you on? Do you get tired of that?
Now it's like, I don't know. I don't feel like as much now. Probably more earlier, probably like 4 or 5 years ago, people probably, now they've seen me in so much stuff, they're just like, snap, that's Jay Pharoah.
Yeah, he's got chops.
Finally, because at first it was just, I just felt like a walking jukebox.
Especially on the news, right? The news is the worst. You go on the news, they're like, hey, okay, you're going to do that.
Those morning shows, dude.
We got to dip our toe in there, too. Morning radio can be nasty about this
stuff. This is what I hate. Hey, so what does Denzel think?
I'm like,
about what? Exactly. That's exactly what I say. And I'm like, about what? You know I'm not Denzel, right?
Yeah. And also, I just sat down here. Why was that the first thing you said to me?
How about
like, hey, what's up?
How was your morning? Would you like a drink? Are you okay?
Hey, what does Denzel think? I'm good.
It's almost like they're soulless, where you're like, are you a real person or are you just a robot on the news? It's weird.
Yeah.
So crazy to me, man.
But I mean, you're still doing media. Obviously, you're going around and meeting with people. And so obviously that's a part of the job. But with social media and the ability to do whatever you want to do instantly with your thumbs, that takes its place. But you're a little different about that, right? You're a little more guarded with your social media. And I've watched some interviews with you, namely Charlemagne the God, Breakfast Club, shout out to that guy. That interview was great, man. You did a great job in that. It was really candid.
I just don't, I used to be so open with, like, I gotta post this, I gotta post that. But then, man, after dating socially and having everybody see, it could change you, man.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Because then you're like, well, wait a minute, I don't want to put all of that out there because they don't need to see all of this. I need to keep some of me to myself.
And I'm old, so I didn't have to deal with that. Like I put my marriage on there. I put my kid on there. But seriously, I mean, that stuff's okay. But now, like, I was listening to some of the things you're saying, and it made me sort of rethink. And I'm like, wow, I'm very open. I share a lot. And you were ticking some boxes, at least in my mind, to say, like, well, he's a little more guarded about that stuff. Maybe I need to rethink that. Maybe I should be a little more protective.
Everybody's different.
Yeah,
everybody's comfort level is different. I dated the epitome of open, when I'm talking about just spewing everything out online, and I'm just like, yo, what are you doing? Like, I didn't like the way it felt. So the lease was up. You know what I mean? So that's what I said. I don't date. I lease them 3 months, baby.
Well, I did that with all my BMWs. And it was great. It was always great because something would always go wrong. It's so expensive.
You can trade it in.
Yeah, they take care of it. Yeah.
And if you want to buy, you can, but you don't have to.
And sometimes you could wait, and if you're already in the lease and then you buy, there's benefits to that.
Exactly.
They knock money off.
So, Jay,
I don't know what that means in women, but we'll figure it out.
That means, what is that? That's microwaved vagina. That's, I'm sorry, Tupperware. A Tupperware box. That's what I call it.
There you go.
Well, Jay, I'm curious.
Leftover coochie. Go ahead.
Because when you are dating a new woman, and I'm wondering if sometimes they are upset if you don't talk publicly about them, like, hey, why
aren't you showing me?
That's a thing.
Because you're a celebrity, and they may feel like, well,
why are you hiding me?
If he's not talking publicly, then maybe it's not serious. I don't know.
And I'm always like, why are you so insecure? I'm like, why are you so insecure? We don't do. I think it's known now. I'll tell, and I'll put it out. I'm like, listen, I don't put out my personal stuff, my personal dating stuff online unless you have a ring on your finger and you have a wedding dress on. That's just what
I think that's fair.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's fair. You have boundaries, which is something we talk about here a lot because we don't really do them very well. We all struggle with it. I mean, you are the king of.
Oh, I've been with my wife 20 years. Like, it's not going. She's a tank at this point.
I don't know what that means.
Your wife since you were 20 years old. That's crazy.
No, younger. They've been together since high school.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, man,
Since
don't
I was
the only girl he's ever
16.
been
Okay,
with.
don't tell this
So
to
what
Jay.
do you So what
This
do
is
y'all?
the only woman he's been with, Jay.
Get out of here. You gotta. Are you kidding me? You're serious.
Well,
But that's-
okay, hold on.
Hey,
Am I
hold
the
on.
only
I'm not
morning
doubting
guy
you.
that's ever blown Jay's shoes off?
I'm not
Seriously.
downing you, bro, because listen, I was on that track. I was like, yo, dog, I was like, listen, I'm trying to stick to the good book. I'm trying to keep everything the way it's supposed to be. Hardcore Christian family.
Spiritual guy. Okay.
So I didn't want to violate that. So to be able to do that is admirable to be able to have that. But God dang, that's
I know.
crazy.
And I don't
Well,
even
she's
have
awesome.
the benefit.
She's great, but like it's also he's a unicorn, man. That's a very unique. And this guy's horny
You've only,
all the time.
What do
the
y'all?
horn-
What do y'all
Why
have?
did you say that?
This guy's so horny, Jay.
I'm just sitting here, and I'm like,
Do you have rules? Do you have toys? Like what the hell?
oh, there's rules.
There are rules. Don't touch me.
There's a lot of rules, Jay. Too many
I don't know.
rules. He has the best
It's
rules.
fine. It's not about me. It's about Jay. So
Two shows tonight, one show tomorrow. Excellent segue. Excellent segue.
I'm just saying, my numbers are loony, bro.
yeah, no, I
Like,
know. I know. Listen,
He wants loony numbers.
I see the.
That's his Xbox gamer tag is loony numbers.
I go on
69.
mine. I see the videos. So
Yeah.
I'm like, whoa.
Yeah.
How do
They're
you
doing
go on Instagram? You
Oh.
must.
I go on it.
Yeah, he goes.
You must not go to the Explore page.
No,
Man, it's all nude now. Have you noticed that?
It's more.
It's all nude now. Like over the past couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Like if a girl has on a sheer, we had listeners call in and tell us this, and I confirmed it. Like every morning, I confirm it. Like
You're still up.
Yes, and Sam confirm. You go there, and any woman has on a sheer outfit. She can be totally nude, and you can see everything: bottom, top, round the
Yeah,
back,
I see
budges
it.
made, the
I see
whole
it.
nine.
Elon Musk's Twitter takeover has affected Instagram.
Yeah, it's something because it's like porno. I don't want my
Dude,
daughter on that.
It's
No way.
it's a menu, bro. Like it's literally you get up there and you be like, oh, she look good. Wait a minute, she look good. But then you'll see, you keep looking and you're like, wait a minute, this is the same girl over and over and over and over again. She's got the B. What is it? The B. What is it? What is it called?
BBL.
The BB. What is it?
BBL.
Oh, Brazilian butt lift.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
out though. I thought that was out now.
She's got the BBL. They got the lips. They all look like the same person in a different shade.
Yeah, yeah.
It's wild.
Yeah, and now you got people that are like appropriating it, stealing looks.
They
you got
look like
yeah,
they look like Daisy Duck, pornographic versions of Daisy
Bad
Duck.
Baby is unrecognizable now.
Yeah.
If you saw
Have
her.
you seen her?
She's totally went Black Power.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
which
yeah.
is not. Yeah. Okay.
How about that? I said she went Ultra Instinct. That's what she did. She put a Dragon Ball. She pulled a Goku move.
You know,
She
just a
did. She
different
did.
person.
She's a Super Saiyan. Look at her, son. She is
I
past.
can't. It looks like a filter, and it makes me uncomfortable, and I can't look at it because it's not real.
I'm not even gonna lie. I'm
Yeah.
not uncomfortable at all. I'm just like, hey, that looks great. Good job. That's shout out to your artist that did that. You know what I mean? Which is your surgeon, whoever.
Yeah,
whoever.
yeah. Well, so where are you in LA now? You still?
I'm in LA.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
still living there. Is it okay? Is it an okay place to live? Do you enjoy
wouldn't-
it?
I mean, dude, I'm outside of the city. I'm
Okay,
like 30
good.
minutes outside.
So you're in like California is
I'm in the
amazing.
safe part because if you go in there, they do whatever, and I'm just like, I ain't for that, man.
Yeah.
Listen, you go to a Diddy party, take your own Ciroc. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't have to tell you. I'm not expanding on that, but take your own Ciroc if you go. I haven't gone, but I suggest people take your own Ciroc.
There you
if
go.
You're gonna go.
Tom wrote that down.
All right.
Is he still partying? Like I feel like you get to like. Does it age? Does he age out?
For P. Diddy?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
No.
No,
I don't know.
He's really flamboyant, bro. He's not gonna.
He loves it, right?
He loves that, and apparently he loves a young. There's no age for this guy. He smashes everything.
All right.
Yeah,
well, there's got to be some age.
Speed Daddy.
Smashes everything.
That can't be everything.
You see the old girl he was talking to, Young Miami. They're not together no more because he stopped paying her allowance of $200,000 a month. off.
Whoa!
my
I'm
God.
like, damn, no coochie is worth that.
That's too much.
$200,000 a month. A month.
I feel like
My God.
it could have been 10,000, right? And it'd still be a
that's
lot.
not-
And we'd still have the same reaction. I mean, I would.
200,000.
Yeah, that's just ludicrous, man. That doesn't even make sense.
It is. Oh my God.
Speaking of rappers,
Is that
a tariff on
Hold
vagina.
Hold on,
That's
Jay.
crazy.
Is that okay? When you reach a P Diddy's
Tariff.
level, right?
we're voting on it.
Do these guys have? Is there some sort of understanding where that 200,000 a month is kind of like a job? You know what I'm saying? Like he has a opening.
Why are you asking?
He's paying for the
I mean, you
girlfriend
can ask-
experience.
Yeah,
Yeah,
literally.
ask Jay that.
And
Don't-
then
I have
she-
no answer to that.
And then with that 200,000, there could be some sort of confidentiality agreement or behind the scenes, some lawyers, and then like, hey, you can't speak of certain things. You know what I'm saying? You got to present yourself in a certain way.
Yeah.
Do you think it's like that?
I definitely think that Diddy has clauses that you can't talk about.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I think because he's a weird dude.
Yeah.
I think he does stuff people you can't talk about it.
Right. He's like the king of the
Okay,
Seychelles Islands.
okay, yeah.
The-
There's something
yeah,
where
I definitely think,
Magical.
There's
I definitely
contracts.
think there's pegging involved.
No, okay, all right.
I know what that
yeah.
means.
I definitely think there is.
Because there
Not
has
really, but sort of.
for that kind of money, that tells me that
Well,
it's
I don't
like-
want to speak on it because I don't speak on things I haven't experienced, but I'm here for it.
like
Hey,
that tells
me neither. But I think y'all, if whoever wants to get pegged, y'all good luck with that shit. I'm sorry. Go ahead, man.
No,
Go
no,
ahead.
they
Go
want
ahead.
it.
Go ahead.
They want it. Back to impersonations.
Well, no, the first thing I thought of
I
when
got a question.
Kanye was getting into trouble, and I'm sure you got this, well, you can confirm or deny. Like,
What
as
did you
soon as this whole thing's happening, I'm like, oh my God. How many people start calling you and saying like, "Hey, we need you to do this. We need you to say this. We need you to do that." Does it happen like that when somebody
anybody-
gets into trouble and then they kind of want you to come in and be like, "Oh, since
I'm
he's in
definitely-
trouble, let's get." Because
Listen, man. I think I took a personal standing to myself and was like, I'm not gonna talk about any Kanye stuff because
Good.
I'm not gonna celebrate a black man losing $1.5 billion in 24 hours.
Yeah.
Like that's not something that's celebratory. So I'm going to.
Yeah.
I'm just going to opt out and not say
No
anything.
comment,
But-
yeah, I don't
but
blame you.
Of course, the DMs. Yeah, hey man, hey Kanye, hey man, I need to drop him. I need you do.
Yeah, yeah.
Kanye messed up. I'm just like, yeah, he did, and
Yeah, it's not my business.
Well, it goes
I'm,
back to-
I'm doing Jay.
It goes back to the news, like, hey, what does Kanye think about what's Kanye's doing? And you're like, oh, ask him. I don't know what the hell you're talking
I'm
about.
like, I'm good with the Israelites. I don't know.
He's trying to keep his money
straight.
and be a success.
I'm gonna tell you this. You know what I did notice though? I noticed who didn't say anything when Kanye went through his thing. Jay-Z. He didn't say
No.
shit.
Yeah,
he was quiet. He was. Yeah. Matter of fact, he pulled out of some other deals. He didn't buy the Commanders. He was like, wait.
He's like, yo, Commanders, that's not really a name that, is like, sellable. So I'm gonna go ahead and, opt out. And by the way, go Hebrew.
This has nothing to do with
That's
Kanye.
nothing,
I don't like the
nothing to do
name.
with me.
yeah, it's
You
the
know.
name. Yeah, it's the name upset me. It's not sticking. You know.
Yeah, I just feel like you shouldn't. Yeah,
That's all he would have to say. We agree. We
yeah,
understand.
Yeah, absolutely.
Can you talk about spinning gold yet? Like,
Yeah,
is that-
man.
because the chat room is
coming out on the 31st.
There we go.
of
Let's talk
March.
about it. The chat room is like a bunch of people are asking if you can talk about it, and you play Cecil.
Cecil Holmes.
Yeah, and
Neil Bogart's right-hand man, dog.
yeah, tell us about this story. How did it come
it's
to
the story
light?
of Casablanca Records and Buddha Records. You know what I mean? So, Kiss, Donna Summers, Frankie Crocker,
Village People.
Bill Withers, the Village People. Who else? P-Funk. With George Clinton and all of them. Like it's the bulk of all of that story, and it's so funny that so many artists from that label weren't actually doing anything. It's like it was propped up. You know what I
Really?
mean? The Village People, they didn't even sing. It's not even them.
I didn't even know
It's
that.
other people singing.
Because Cecil was like he ended up becoming the vice president of like what was it like And I don't want to, because I don't want to be disrespectful to, but I think it was like vice president of black entertainment for whatever record company it was at the time. And so you're getting to play like a heavy hitter when it comes to,
and Cecil is it was Neil Bogart's right hand man. You know what I mean? So he was the peace of mind in the group when everybody else was like really just off the scales and crazy. He was the grounded, centered Christian businessman that was keeping everything together. But there was just certain points in that story where he was like, "Listen, I cannot support this. We are losing money." And that's his thing. He was like, "Look, I'll ride till the wheels fall off. I'll go over the cliff what you do, but there has to be some direction." And this doesn't seem like there's any. And he snaps. And I got offered the part from the son, cool. Tim Bogart. Tim Bogart reached out to me. And I originally was supposed to play Frankie Crocker at first, and then he was like, "No, I want you to read for Cecil." And he was like, "I want you to do that." And then Chris Redd, shout out to my homeboy.
Yeah, we've had him in here. I wish we could get him back in here, but like we had him in before the pandemic, and then everything's changed. Zoom is a great tool.
Zoom is pantsless.
Have you been able to do any auditions that way? Have you been?
That's how I got that. That's how I got that movie. That's how I got that movie in Africa I shot with Christina Milian.
Oh,
I did that right on Zoom and got that part.
That's crazy.
Yeah, man. I feel like in Hollywood too, man. They putting me through the ringer. Like I was the best man in one movie. The next movie, I was getting married. I guess the next one coming out, I'm gonna have kids. That's wild, man. That's wild.
They're aging you on screen.
They are aging me on screen.
Don't do that. He doesn't want to.
In my real life, there's none of that. I am still pulling out. There's
Sam, team no kids over there, right? Team no kids. Stay strong.
No babies.
That's
Not
right.
yet. I got a nephew. He's already doing stand up. He's 5, and
he's 5 doing stand up.
5 and he's doing stand up. Just freaking crazy. And he understands timing and callbacks and all of that. He's a very intelligent little dude.
That's cool. I wonder if kids now growing up are just like shaped to do that more.
than super babies.
Yeah.
You have like imagine all of the babies having the Monster juice, the Mike Secret stuff.
Yeah.
That's basically what they are now.
Well, if you think about it, like it's essentially their brains are now connected to a computer device that exposes them to infinite information.
Good and bad. Good and bad.
That in 30 years ago, if you wanted to become a stand-up, you could only be exposed to a VHS tape of one stand-up comedian. Now
they got YouTube.
What was yours? What was your VHS of stand-up?
I don't even remember.
It was an easy one. My buddy Dave had it. It wasn't even mine. My buddy Dave had it. I wasn't allowed to have that. My mom was a church organist. There was no Delirious in the house.
Oh man, we didn't. Yeah, we snuck.
Yeah, you'd sneak it in. You'd sneak NWA in. You weren't allowed to have that. You sneak it in.
Just like I had to sneak in. I had to sneak in Ludacris.
Cool.
That was my first rap album I ever had. Was Back for the First Time.
That's a solid rap album, and I got love for him because when I was doing radio, he was doing radio, and he's like, "This radio sucks. I'm gonna go be a megastar rapper."
Shout out Turkey Hollow.
Yeah, he was right.
The season.
And I'm gonna be a star rapper. And I'm gonna be a mega star, Fast and the Furious.
Yeah. He did, that was just the start of it. Was the music, and then he just exploded. Are you still doing music? Sorry, man. I'm excited to hear. I'm just throwing.
I am. I just shot a music video for Speedboat this week. I did it with Skyyax. He's on A$AP Rocky's team. Shout out to A$AP Rocky.
That's awesome.
I identify as Rihanna's baby father as well. It's all jokes.
It's cool to hear you still doing music, man, because I remember, I think the first time you were in here, I want to say 2018? Something like that, 2017?
2017.
Might have been, 17. And then you mentioned you were working on something.
Yeah. I dropped the project last year. I did. It's called Spit and Image. I did visuals and everything. It's on Spotify.
Nice.
It's me rapping with Jay-Z, 50 Cent, T.I.,
Jesus Christ.
Who else? Big Sean.
You sound so casual about that. Yeah. Like, oh my God.
Because here's the kicker. They're all played by me. So I'm rapping as me, and then I do a verse as the artist or the hook.
Dope.
So that had never been done. So for the people checking out right now, Spit and Image, you can check that out. I love the 50. The 50 one is one of my favorites. Like work, do the walk, and I do the hook. I don't care what you talking. You work, do the walk, whole click with the action. Like we ain't come.
Oh
play
my
around.
God.
Yeah, so
If you
can
were
play that,
hanging
John.
upside down and a little beefier.
I did.
Yeah, did you do it?
I hung upside down.
I'm gonna have to go see
I
this
wasn't
after.
Super Bowl thick. 50.
Yeah, he was. I thought people were mean,
50,
including myself. I was mean to him.
He's he's
a
getting
big
old.
dude.
He's getting older.
He's a little fudgier.
yeah, he's puffier.
I think he did that on purpose because he's notoriously
He
known to
loves
roast people.
trolling.
You know what I'm saying? So I was like, he knew what he was doing.
He's got a thick skin
Yeah.
too, right? I mean,
yeah.
Literally.
Like-
except for bullets.
He was like, "Look, it doesn't matter because I'm going on a diet next week.
It is so good.
This
man.
is nothing but Corona weight. That's all it is."
He also knows how to market himself too. So
Yeah.
he's like, this will cause 1 million
People will
memes.
start talking
and
about
then
me.
those-
Yeah.
I mean, it's brilliant.
Yeah, I mean,
You know-
it took 3 seconds for some little nerd kid to throw a Batman mask on him and call him Fat Man, and they were like, "I'm a genius."
Hey,
Put
look,
the meme out.
I literally said one of my jokes was tank top screaming 50, I don't fit you. Like Eminem and 8 Mile. Yeah. So basically, I did that on purpose. I did. Yeah, because I did it on purpose because I wanted you to talk about me because I knew you was going to start talking.
It's making my jaw hurt. Like,
know?
how much time do you spend looking at the facial expressions when you do that?
You know, it's just something natural. You know, you just watch it and it just becomes the character.
That's
And
nuts.
Okay, so that's
my God.
Jay. That's what I want to ask you
I
about.
want you to
because-
buy all the front row seats too.
So-
who was he beefing with?
Ja Rule.
Yeah, it was Ja Rule.
Freaking bought all the seats so nobody could go.
He's already clowning Diddy about Young Miami too, saying
Yeah.
he's gonna scoop her up.
I totally.
You better
want-
get it straight before I get down there, Diddy.
That is so good. I want to get so big where if we had enemies, where we could just buy out buy
yeah.
out all the seats and just like nobody shows up.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
I'm doing that.
So, although I feel like you could, when they announce that they did that, like you as the performer can fill those seats with your own people, and then so it doesn't look. You know
I never
what mean?
thought about that.
Like,
Well, Jay can. Like, yeah,
know,
you
like-
could get big enough and beef with somebody and then learn them and then go and buy all their seats and then you come out and perform as that person.
Yeah, but then,
That's a mind
Would
F.
I buy out all the? But then nobody would beat it. I like kidnapping it. Just putting somebody like tying them up. And then,
Oh, yeah.
and then going out and
Yeah.
doing it. I'm not. That's what. No, I'm not.
Go ahead, Tom.
Well,
Sorry.
I got a question for you, Jay,
Yeah.
about impersonation. So, because I look at this and I know I watch some TikTok videos of other impressionists
Right.
like explain and try to explain to the audience how they practice and how they form into an impression and so like
I have a lot of kids out here.
yeah, and I see like
I'm
Frank
sure you have a lot of
Caliendo.
kids that look up to you, for sure. They
I'm
knew
just
you
saying,
from
like-
SNL
Yeah,
and stuff.
for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
But like someone like Frank Caliendo, he does TikTok videos where he tries to explain. He's like, "This is how I do Morgan Freeman." He explains to the audience how he does it.
Yeah.
And so and there's a lot of people that can do the spirit of someone or someone's character. You know, like that's easier. But then when it's mimicking their exact voice, that's where I'm like, well. That's the way that person's brain is doing something that normal people can't do. When you mimic someone's voice exactly, like I don't think anybody could just practice and do that. That's your brain is doing that, and it's special.
It definitely it's natural. It's natural talent and it's also practice too. You know what I mean? It's those two things put together. I mean, I shout out to Frank Caliendo. That's my homeboy. Like real talk. Like he'll even say like sometimes he'll take one impression, and I do this as well. You'll find the midpoint. Like some characters can be two people mixed together, but you like the middle of that is that character, you know, or that impression.
Gotcha.
And like his Mark Ruffalo and his John Christ, like the way he gets to Mark Ruffalo is like amazing. It's like he goes from John Christ, what's his name, John, the guy that talks like this a little bit, and he does this, you know what I'm.
Yeah. Now you got me. I can't remember.
His name is like John Chrisey or something.
John Colshaw.
John
Yeah,
Colshaw.
yeah.
I don't even know who that is. That's
I'm
how,
guessing that's
that's
a
how
British
dumb
guy?
I am.
No,
King of Impressions?
no, not British. No,
No?
this
Okay.
isn't British. This
This is like,
I
like
don't
Ray
know.
Romano.
No, he
or
was
something.
and he's and that's too. He had Ray Romano in there, and he switched it to Mark Ruffalo. It's he was in Step Brothers. He played.
Oh, John.
Yeah, I know you. I know you're saying
Not
that.
H. John Benjamin.
Yeah, like
John C. Reilly.
John C. Reilly. I knew it was
Reilly.
like someone
Yeah.
that has a goddamn letter in their name.
So he goes from
They all
like
have
John
letters in
C. Reilly, and then he goes to Ray Romano, and then like he pulls it back and goes. I can't do the Mark Ruffalo.
Right,
yet, 'cause
right.
I haven't studied him enough, but
Yeah.
it's that it's there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So his brain adds them and subtracts and all of that. I do the same thing, of course.
Sure.
But it's it is a process and it's practice too. And normal people, I mean, you could get mannerisms, you know what I mean? But the exact voice, your brain has to dial that in.
Like my wife can draw, like she can like look at something and then basically draw it. I mean, she's not an artist or anything, but she just has the ability to copy.
She's an alien.
And then, well, my daughter can do that too. My daughter can look at something. I can't do it. Like but you can see how that's something that I think he just has that. That is his gift. Yeah. But then you said the thing that Tom and I are always impressed with when you're in here. It's like practice, hustle, work, put in the time, do the things you're supposed to do.
The thing of your voice changes naturally. My voice, the 22-year-old Jay Pharoah does not sound like Jay Pharoah now.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like real, like I'm definitely got more baritone. I can go into Barack easier. It was harder when I was younger.
Right.
Now I just, fall into it. It's not that hard. It's just so easy.
Do you have to protect it? Like if you get a cold or during coronavirus?
Oh my God.
Do you let's say you get it. Are you like, oh God,
drinking
do you have a
honey.
regimen? Do you have to because that's important. That's so important.
I definitely got a regimen. I'm like, sweetheart, lay down there, spread your that cures everything. I'm a munch. I don't care. I'm a munch. Look, they'll know what I'm saying up there. Are you a munch? I'm a munch.
Listen,
you a munch.
The chat room's all munchers.
I'm a crunching munch.
We have one listener that comes to we have one
No.
listener that comes to our events and he just yells, "Eat my wife's P word." Seriously,
Really?
This guy's an animal. He's an animal.
Because he does he
like,
add
"Eat
because
my
I'm
wife's P word."
eat my wife's P word because I'm not going to. Does he do that?
No, he'll pass out, fall into a fountain.
Oh my gosh. I don't understand. I mean, you all are married, but I don't get dudes that don't want to play. It's something about when your woman when her body is quivering.
Yeah.
There's something about it. It's just such a turn on.
Tell us, Tom.
Say it, sir.
Make Tom,
I
sir.
do that.
Tom.
Yeah, he's a quiver. They call him the Quiver King of Castleberry.
Tom, are you a munch?
They used to call it Quiverberry.
I dress like Robin Hood.
Are you a munch, Tom? Are you a munch?
Yeah.
You have to be.
He calls it
whatever you want.
headbutting the buffalo.
No,
He's been calling it that for about 15 years now. That's
You headbutt the buffalo.
No,
Yeah,
that's
'cause
what
it's,
they say on the radio.
it's big. It's big.
No,
down there.
come on.
It's
You're a
about-
munch.
No,
God's country. down
Whatever
there.
you want, I'll do whatever. Like I'm down for whatever at this point. Like anything.
Anything goes.
Yeah. Even
Yeah,
the P Diddy the thing,
Not the thing.
the $200,000 thing.
We were talking about.
whatever they want.
So you get pegged.
No.
Okay.
I'm just saying it would be on the table of all.
Don't
everything.
put it on the table. You were talking a little bit about TikTok, and then in another interview, two actually interviews I was watching. You talked a little bit about a TikTok guy that you were going to work with, and then it was the guy, and I didn't know this, and I didn't put two and two together until the end.
Man.
It was the guy. I guess he was an impressionist.
Kid,
Yeah, Jen Kidd, and he ended up killing his wife, and I guess another person or.
killed his wife and the allegedly she was supposed to be with.
How do you go from being an impressionist TikToker and then not that you guys are close friends or anything, I don't know, but
Not close friends, but some people are just crazy, man. Some people are really dark. Some people can't get out of the character. I don't think he ever got out of that Tony Montana character.
Gotcha.
I think he did it so much. That was the main one he did.
Yeah.
He did that so much that I think it became a part of his personality. You know what I mean?
do you remember that story?
Well, is that kind of like the Jim Carrey?
The Andy Kaufman story?
Yeah.
Yeah, how he was stuck in that for weeks. Heath Ledger. He never got out of the Joker. He did not. Wow. He was the Joker. Until he died.
That's why he did such a good job. And we were like, whoa, wow, this guy's acting. He just turned into that.
It was just that person all the time.
That's nuts.
What is that? Is that something in your brain that you can't how did you get trapped in that?
I mean, I don't know how you can get trapped, but I mean, I feel like the more characters you have, the less likely you are to get trapped into one of them.
Okay.
I have all of these people. I have 200 people I have 200 voices in my goddamn head. Over 200 voices.
It's crazy.
There's too many people to get to get attached to one and want to kill myself or harm other people.
Yeah,
You
right,
understand?
Yeah.
Like I think that's an extremity that goes past anything. And back to what we were talking about with the dude. He was at the show. He's in the back, he's in the green room, chilling with his wife. Beautiful wife.
Yeah.
Didn't even think anything was wrong. I looked at her. I was like, wow, she's bad. Like, I said it myself. She's an attractive lady.
Well done, sir.
But yeah, good job, Jen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then I see this message that he sends me. And I had a show with Ellen that I was doing, and unfortunately, it didn't get picked up. Damn. It was so close to getting picked up. It was a sketch comedy prank show, and I guess we could still go out with it again, pitch it, whatever. But that's the show that I was gonna have him on, and I was gonna get all the Impressionist Avengers together, and this is an idea from like 2000 and 2018 that I came up with in England. I was sitting there talking to my sister, mapped it out, brought it to them, brought it to Warner, shot a little treatment for it, had a treatment, shot scenes and everything, pretty much what it was gonna be.
Yeah,
went out with it, got this close. It was almost at CBS. We were this close, and then turn it. I think another company, they wanted to like switch it up, and we were like, nah, fuck that, we're not doing that.
Sure.
So I had told him that I want you on the show. And, I guess he was still thinking in the back of his head, this is going to happen. And I was still trying to get it done.
Sure.
And then when finally, we did all the rounds and they didn't. And he hit me up, was like, hey, man, what's going on with the show? And I was just like, dude, I said, we got to kind of like revamp, go back, because it didn't get the pickup. And then, I didn't hear from him. And then I get this crazy message that got deleted, that he deleted later. And it was like, hey, man, if you were really about what you say, you take me on the road with you and do all of this stuff. And I was like, yo, why is this dude being so aggressive, right? 3 weeks later, I see this story that I didn't believe it, man. I didn't believe it. I did not believe this story, but there was a message was sent again. You might start hearing some crazy stuff about me, bro. Things are going wild right now. I'm like, what the hell is he talking about? I saw the story. It said the wife had died. I thought it was a joke. I thought it was a skit. I thought he was joking. No, he killed his wife. I was like, damn. And this dude was I was chilling in the back with this guy.
That's nuts.
The reason why he did what he did, he started doing coke. He started hitting coke, man. And I think those were causing those episodes, even those messages that he was sending that were really aggressive. I think he was coked up.
Yeah, he was in a mania.
He's becoming that guy.
He started becoming Tony Montana. I've never become one of my characters. You see me become them on screen.
Well, let's go back to boundaries, right? Let's make the circle of the interview. When you go back to it, that inside your brain, you have mental boundaries where you don't let,
Yep.
I mean, you look regimented, you stay fit. I bet you eat right. It's like, structure is good for people, man. Everybody's different, but I like structure too.
But also, your brain is extremely complicated, and whatever
it can be tricked.
The ability to mimic someone exactly and to mimic their character and stuff. I mean, it may go into where your brain gets confused and it's like, well, now I'm this character. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I mean, one different wiring, chemical imbalance, mixed with cocaine and the mania, and then a little bit of bipolar. Like it's all mixed in there, and then
people got problems.
They do something totally insane that you're surprised by. I mean, it happens all the time. Where like this person was mentally ill, and
I bet that didn't help you like social media more. Like, God damn, this guy's like killing people. It's like I think I think I'm doing it right.
And I'm following this guy.
Yeah, like this guy's in the green room. Like, holy crap, I think I'll just stick to Instagram.
Am I a bad judge of character?
I have an agent. I have a couple of agents. I got my Instagram. That's fine. I don't need to do it either.
You guys gotta understand though, he was the way that he spoke. I did sense a bit of disingenuousness when he was speaking though. Like he was putting on. Like, yeah, man. Like that. And I was like,
pretending to be human.
right. I was like, why is
we
he?
know these people.
Like, what is up with that?
Yeah, we know these people.
Yeah, but it wasn't like, okay, I can't hang out with this guy. It was like, okay, he's just trying to fit in.
Also,
that's how I.
Yeah, he's awkward. A lot of people
Yeah.
do that where
Yeah.
they're just awkward in a situation. They act as if they're supposed to act instead of acting.
And you don't
real.
seem judgmental at all.
No.
You started the interview by, hey, whatever you're into, that's fine. You know, hey, whatever you're about. So
man.
you look at that guy, he's a little weird. That's fine. We're all weird.
I used to, and listen, going to that as well. Like, hey, I don't judge anybody, whatever. I give everybody a chance. That's what I used to do. You know what I mean?
Right.
I used to give chance. Now with the boundaries, those boundaries I was talking about, I put up. I've kind of, I've watched people because people are, you don't know.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
We're a little more guarded, sure.
You don't freaking know, man. Like I used to be like, even with women, I'd be like, I don't care what you do, sweetheart. I don't give a fuck if you work at Applebee's. I don't care. I've dated every tier of person,
Right.
yo. You know what I mean?
Applebee's, they got a smell to them. Girls that work at
riblets.
Applebee's.
Did it?
Yeah, it sticks to them. The
Yeah.
Applebee's.
Well, Chili's smells like $5 apps.
It does. Yeah, it really
Yeah,
does.
yeah.
El
Fridays.
Presidente Margarita. You get to
Yeah.
keep the shaker.
Oh shit, do you?
Yeah. Get to keep the shaker.
Hey, shit, we gotta go to Chili's.
Yeah, we can't. Right up the road.
do we?
Right
There
up
y'all
the
got
road.
one.
We do. We got a bunch. You're in Orlando now, man. We got
The home of Chili.
We're the home of chili.
Have you been in there? It's it's like
it's bad. It's real bad.
you walk inside, you're like, am I in the Bahamas? Like, what
People
is
running
this?
up to you asking to dive for pearls. They're handing you
you're-
little bags made of gum wrappers.
You're like, I think this business model died in the 90s. I don't know.
Well, you can't pay at the table, which is nice.
It sounds like an amazing field trip.
Jay, I have to ask you before you leave about
yeah.
body slamming Bill Murray.
Oh man. Oh
Yes.
dude.
It's a crazy
Yo,
story that
man.
it was like buried in the internet. And
Buried.
then I'm like, what?
It was at
Like,
the
yell at
very
Daniel.
end of the internet. Yeah, it was the last thing he said to me before
I'm
you
like,
got
why
here.
is this at the front of the internet?
Yeah, we got to
He
the
body
end, and
slammed
it
Bill
was-
Murray.
Especially
The
now
fact
with
that
all the info
so much
coming out.
came out about him, and
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, this guy is.
You're like, finally, people are talking about it.
I'm not the. I felt so validated. That I was like,
Right.
yo, okay, so I did the right thing because I felt bad for years. I said, yo, I Samoan dropped Bill Murray on this couch.
So what?
He was okay.
tell
So
the story.
it's a Tuesday night at SNL writing night. You ain't on the show, bro.
I was gonna say, was he
What are
hosting
you
or
doing?
anything?
No,
No, okay.
He was just there.
Okay.
He was showing up. He showed up to rough up Lauren.
Oh my God.
That's a flex, right?
He
Isn't that
went
a
over
flex?
there. He went in Lauren's office, and Lauren, he closes the door. And I was just like, oh, shit. He comes out. I walked in. I see Lauren holding his back. I was like, are you okay? I said, he was like, yeah, I'm fine. Yeah, I'm
What did he do with it?
clearly messed up. Huh? I don't know what he did to him. The door was closed. But I know when he
Kicking him in the ribs.
Oh my God.
It's crazy.
He just, I don't know. He had mini-me come and kick him in the nuts. I don't know what he did. But in the office right across from me, it's Michael Che, it's Tim Robinson, it's Brooks Wheelan,
wow.
and who else was in that? And Zach Kanan. And, okay, I walk in there. Bill Murray's in there, chilling, talking to them. I'm like, hey, man, what's up, Bill? He looks at me, he goes, there's something about you you're not showing the world. And, it's just, you have this thing, and you're not showing it.
Oh, it's the Jay Moore.
Yeah,
that
that
he did
sounds
to
like
you.
Jay Moore. Jay Moore attacked Tom like that.
He did?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
what happened?
Yeah.
Well, he just started psychoanalyzing
Holding his
everything.
hands,
Yeah.
he like
Straight up.
He held his hands.
It was weird.
Straight up, he didn't hold my hands, but so he goes, something about you that you're not showing. And then I'm like, it's Garfield talking to me. It's just crazy. and
this is old man Bill Murray.
Old
right?
man Bill Murray.
Yeah,
So I'm
yeah.
listening, and then all of a sudden he just switches. It's like something just flips. Somebody just flipped the Murray switch, and he just goes, yeah, fat boy. Come here, fat boy. And I'm like, wait, fat boy? I'm like, bitch, I'm Terry Crews. You were like,
You're a melted candle, sir.
you look like fudge, my G. You're drippy. You're dripping all over the place. And you're talking talking about me. He called, so he said, come here, fat boy. And he says, come here. And as he says, come here, he starts hitting me, bro. I mean, I'm talking about he starts wailing on me.
No.
And I'm like, yo, and of course, like, I work out. So I'm like,
Yeah,
yo,
you
this
do.
doesn't
I
hurt.
followed your That
Right?
is one thing he will share is you can get some tips.
Yeah.
You'll see it.
This,
Yeah.
I'm like, this doesn't hurt, but he's hitting the same spot. This is gonna start to hurt eventually. As soon as I started to feel it get a little warm, that's why I was like, "Well, Bill Murray gotta go," and I just picked him up and just slammed him and just like restrained him. Because I'm like, yo, I'm trying to respect my elders. I'm from the South, but bro, you keep hitting me.
Hold on, was everybody still in the room? Like Michael Che in the room, like, hey, don't.
They're still in the room watching this. Everybody's like, yo, what the fuck? Even Tim Robinson was like, he called you fat boy. Like, dude, you're shredded. I was like, yes, and I had to slam him for that, dude. Fucking Samoan dropped him on the couch.
Was he saying like stop, or were they just taking it?
I was taking it.
Did he seem
No,
to
but
expect
was he
it?
taking
was he
it?
taking
Yeah,
it?
did he seem
He
to
was still trying to hit me when he was getting slammed.
Drunk
Like, he
old
didn't
man.
feel it. I was like, not only are you drunk, you're on coke. You don't feel shit.
Yeah.
Was it old man Bill Murray was drunk on coke?
He was drunk. I don't listen. Okay, coke.
Allegedly, right?
That's a
Okay.
speculation
It
right
just-
there.
speculation.
He was drunk,
But he was
drinking.
Yeah.
Okay, he was acting
Energized.
bizarre.
Yeah.
He was acting bizarre. I'm telling you, he flipped it. I'm like, yo, what this switch, man? I've never seen somebody go from zero. Even Drake would be like, yo, that was crazy, man. Like, from 0 to 100 that quick. And then I had to slam a bitch. I'm sorry. So
I stand by
Nuts.
that.
So
I love the end of the internet. That's a fantastic story.
Right?
Now that-
Holy crap.
See, Jay now has convinced me that
Yeah.
all these
I've been
stories
telling
are
you.
true. When we
when
all,
it came out, I was like, yup, that's, yeah.
Who
But
is
you
the
got-
Asian
but Jay-
lady? Is it that worked on oh god, Charlie's Angels?
okay.
Which
oh,
one?
Yeah.
Lucy Liu.
Lucy
Was
Liu.
it Lucy
Yes.
Liu? Isn't she the one that has a crazy story about Bill Murray and confirms that he's just a bad?
A lot of people do.
There are people that just go, yeah, not a good dude, not a good dude. But she's real adamant about
but
it.
you
Like, she
gotta
was like
understand-
on the set, he was like inappropriate and crazy.
It's weird for all of us who just like casually watch Bill Murray throughout the years and all these legends about him showing up.
Caddyshack.
It's my favorite movie
but
as a kid,
there-
man. I loved it.
There's a documentary about him just showing up at parties and hanging out with
Right.
the people, which the people I feel love that, but it may just be because he's crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like he
Right.
switches
These are
mentally.
all coming out.
I'm
right?
like, dude, you need a series, dog, because you
Yeah.
have too much time on your hands.
But
You need something to occupy your time.
It could
bro.
be like that Anna Nicole story, though. You know, like maybe he's
What's
troubled
the
and
Anna
maybe he ends
Nicole?
up dying. Remember when she
hope
had her
not.
series and it was like
Yeah.
that's what kind of drove her to death? You know, like that
Well,
probably needs some help.
I guess it just randomly showing up on a Tuesday night in SNL,
Yeah.
beating up Lauren
He
Michaels.
doesn't need help. He doesn't need help. He just needs a rock bottom and a stone cold stunner, and he'll be
But Jay knows.
and whoop his ass. He'll be all right.
Well, Jay,
Thank you, man.
Whoop his ass. If you see Bill Murray and he's coming to you and it's unprovoked, whoop, I'm telling you, don't
Protect
pass
yourself.
go, don't collect $200.
Yeah.
Whoop his ass.
Protect yourself.
Fuck him up.
Yeah.
Slam the fuck DDT the shit out of him, all right? He'll be all right. And if he, you be, oh, it was his age. If something happens,
he's fine. He's still out there.
freaking 80. Isn't he?
fine.
How old is he? Look it up. I
He's
want
gotta
you
be
to look it
70.
up.
Look
He's
it
got to be
up.
70.
He's 70. Look, we're
He's
gonna
late
look this shit up.
70s.
Exactly.
He's
72.
Oh,
Okay.
I was
I'm
close.
72.
I was
All
close.
right.
Younger than Biden and Trump. Yeah. Hey, but harder life, so I give it
Yeah.
to Bill Murray.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
he's still doing coke.
Listen, man,
Allegedly.
I feel like those guys have a little bit more sense than I don't know, man. I'm not gonna speak on. I slam the fuck out of Bill Murray.
And if you want to see the person who did such a wonderful slam, 2 shows tonight, 1 show Saturday.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming in, man. We
Thanks
really
for having me,
appreciate
man.
it. We love it when
No
you come
doubt.
in. And guys, we got to get out of here. We will see you Monday.
Hey.